guess it's time for you to stop all of this.
He's so on it with the music today. Renie Cavallari is joining us. She is the chief instigator. I love that. Author of Aspire to Shine, and this is the third book in a series, and it's really all about stopping global whining.
Yeah.
I'm not going to whine through this segment, I promise.
Good.
But you believe that whining has become an epidemic.
Yes.
In what way?
Well, it seems like we've kind of lost our way in terms of owning our own lives. And when we take that back, we're really empowered. We have so much power within us. And so it's time for us to stop the whining and really focus on what's in our hearts and our minds.
Well, it seems like right now the state of the country is really in this state of divisiveness. You know, everybody seems so divided when it comes to pretty much anything. And you say that people tend to naturally blame others for their problems before they take ownership. Why is that?
Well, negativity can ignite us. It can ignite change in our lives. It just can't sustain change. And so we engage in this negativity because it gets us going. But what we really have to do is transition that so that we feel more empowered by what we can do and really start to move in that direction. And it begins with how we engage in our lives.
And there are some people who engage positively all the time. They make it seem so easy. Why does it come so much easier to some people than others?
It's about mindset. You know, we can learn skills, we can learn processes. Our life is full of things that we can learn. If we don't have the right mindset, the rest doesn't really matter. And so we control our mindset, and therefore we control what I call our motivational switch.
Okay, so if self-motivation is the key, what do you do if you are surrounded with someone or many people who are negative? Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your boss, your coworkers. You know, how do you convince those people to turn on that motivation switch?
Well, the first thing is you must understand that you can't turn on someone else's motivational switch. It just doesn't work that way. We control our own switch. And so, likewise, we control how we experience other people. Now, it's true, you may work with someone in your office or live with someone at home, and they're what I call energy vampires.
I do that too. I call them the same thing.
Yeah, there are people in the world that are energy suckers and people who are energy generators. And the suckers like the generators because they can go and grab some of that energy. But you have to put your boundaries down, and that requires real communication, which is risky for us. We have to really trust that what we have to say is of value. And sometimes we have to tell people, even people we love, that doesn't work for me. You're sucking my joy. And that selflessness, that sense of this is what I deserve in my life. I deserve to feel joy. I deserve to have fun. And I deserve to kind of be able to grow and go where I want to go. And we have to talk to people about that. Sometimes we have to fire the people in our life, because who you hang with is who you become. So you got to look around and say, you know, are people enhancing my world or not? And if they're not, then we have to make big decisions.
So surround yourself with positive people, but what if you are part of a group? Whether it's at work, maybe you're the boss and you are the leader of a group of negative people. What do you do? Well, I mean, it can't be that easy, is it?
It really is.
Okay.
First, it starts with how you engage with people. You know, I use the elevator as a perfect example. We get on an elevator and no one speaks to one another. It's like why
we pull out our phones.
We pull out our phones. We don't engage, and that's the first thing. How can you bring people in? When you shine the light on people, you inspire them. You get their energy going, and then they start to spread that. It's just as easy to spread positive energy as it is to spread negative, right? You don't get anything. If you push negativity out, it's in your world, and therefore you get it. It sticks to you. As a leader, we have to really understand that leadership is a behavior. It's not a position. So we think because we have a position,
because you have a title,
that's immaterial. You know, we've all worked for people who had very important titles,
right,
but very limited in
communication skills.
Yeah, or how they made people feel, right? And so we want to really look at, in my second book I wrote about leadership, intentional leadership, and the skills and behaviors associated with that. And they're all things that we can learn. Right. We don't have to be born with them.
Well, your book is definitely something that folks should read if they are wanting to learn some of those mechanisms. We appreciate it. Renie Cavallari, thank you so much for joining us here on Arizona Daily Mix. The book is called Aspire to Shine. When we come back, we will give you a preview of what's coming up on Monday's Arizona Daily Mix.
Stop sobbing now.